This is a mysterious love I have, but it is strong, magical, and stuff like that. Oh, I might be blinding y'all. Hey everyone! Okay, so it's finally time for April favorites and unfavorites. Sadly, I don't have any, well, I don't know if that's a sad thing. I don't have any unfavorites this month. I guess that's a good thing. I was very distracted. I moved this month. It feels like it was forever ago. New place, you've probably noticed. I am gonna film in a different room, but there's a bunch of boxes in there because I still have boxes. There's even boxes in this room. There's even huge boxes in this room because I'm having issues with overstock.com/FedEx/ I'm not even gonna talk about it because it's halfway my fault. Anyway, everything's a mess. I hope it's not bothering you. Last month was a blur and I am so welcoming the fresh newness that comes with May. Hopefully it's good things and not so death stressful. A lot of you guys are asking for an apartment tour because I don't know, I think I've mentioned that I'm like trying to care about how things are decorated in my life because honestly I just like didn't come with that gene or that bone in my body where I like really care about decorating and nesting and having like little things that like go with all your other little things. I'm just like, oh, this is cool, put it here, and none of it goes together. Well, I'm trying to make an effort to like kind of like make a homey space, but I'm still very much a work in progress here, so be patient. If I do it, it's not gonna be all that soon because I'm still getting it together. Anyway, I do have favorites. No unfavorites, but I've got favorites. Let's talk about them. First up, we've got the L'Oreal Boost It High Lift Creation Spray. It's supposed to give you instant lift and fullness, and it's supposed to be like a backcombing finisher, which is unique. I made a whole review video about this product if you didn't catch it. I'm not going to go way into it in this video just because you can go watch that one. I'll link it down below or somewhere around here so you can go watch it. I did kind of like a quick review where I went over just like the basic pros and cons, and I think you like that kind of review format. I really liked it. Did you like it? I hope you liked it. Basically, I am really liking this. The scent is crazy and a little overwhelming, but it helps. It helps, and you know I'm a fan of big hair. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get over that. I'm a Texas girl. Next up, a Tarte blush. It's one of those Amazonian clay 12-hour blushes, and I have one of the other ones, and I actually didn't like it that much. People have been raving about these for I don't know how long. Like, it feels like years and years. It might be years and years. But this is a new shade, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's like limited edition or whatever, but it's called Captivating, and it doesn't have any sparkle in it, and it's just kind of like a peachy kind of flush. I'm wearing it today. I'm wearing it with something else that I'm going to get to, but I'm wearing it today and I just really like it. If you've ever tried Milani Luminoso, which, oh, I might be blinding y'all. It's kind of like that color, but without the shimmer. And I don't know, it just works with my skin tone. Like I said, I've tried another shade of this 12-hour blush, and I don't think it stays on for 12 hours. But it stays on okay like blushes do. I think it depends a lot on like what you're putting it on top of, like primer foundation wise. I just really like this shade, and I was pleasantly surprised just because I had kind of dismissed it before. So Captivating. I could make a joke here, but I'm not gonna. Next up, it's another L'Oreal product, oddly. It's the Magic Nude Liquid Powder Bare Skin Perfecting Makeup. I don't know how much I've talked to you guys about this one before. For a while, I wasn't that impressed with it, but I bought it because I had heard like, oh, it's so crazy and different. Lately, I've been using it more and I really like it. It has very little coverage, but lately I've just been really liking how it feels on my skin. It doesn't feel like anything is there. It doesn't require you to put powder on top of it, and it just kind of like does like minor perfecting, but it doesn't make you oily. So I've just been really appreciating this. One more thing I must mention, it's like all drippy and weird right here because it's super thin. You just have to be really careful. I apply it with my hands and you have to like shake it up like this, and then I just like get a little bit on my finger and I do like one section at a time because it dries down super quickly. Kind of feels easier to me than doing the whole process of like a thicker, more full coverage foundation and then powder and blah 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 blah. Oddly enough, I'm going to talk about a powder next. So because I don't like to make any sense at all, now I'm going to talk about the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder, and this one is in Dim Light. You probably already know I kind of have a thing for Hourglass. Like, I kind of just have this weird love for it. It's a really expensive line. I get it at Sephora. I typically just gravitate to drugstore makeup, but for some reason Hourglass just has its hooks in me and I always want to try this stuff. This one is more geared towards being like a setting powder. Actually, I think they say they're all supposed to be setting powders, but some of them just look like not right, or they wouldn't be a good setting powder for me. This one is actually a really good setting powder for me. And when I swatched it, I was like, dude, this is gonna look sparkly. It's not gonna work. What? You know? But for some reason, I was just like, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna try it. And I really, really like it. I'm kind of starting to think like a higher end face powder, setting powder kind of situation is actually really worth the money. And I'm really enjoying this one so far. Have you tried it? Do you love it? What color do you use? Do you use it as a highlighter or setting powder or what? This is a mysterious love I have, but it is strong. Okay, now I have another blush kind of product to talk about. This is the Maybelline's Master Glaze by Face Studio kind of cream blush stick. It's in number 202 Barely Pink, and I put this in a haul video and I was kind of like not a big fan at that point. I was like, this is like nothing, this isn't cool. I don't think I gave it a glowing report, but lately I've been using it kind of as like a primer blush or something, and I've been using it with this Real Techniques stippling brush, and I kind of love what it does. It doesn't give you like a blushy blush look, but I just really like it, especially like using it with like a more matte blush, and it just kind of gives you a more like skin kind of dewy, I don't even know how to describe it, but I really, really like it. And I'm not sure if it was limited edition. They might still have this in stores. I'm not really sure, but if you see it, try it. It's nice. And I could definitely see it just like as like a fresh face summer look. Just using this as your only blush is very nice and very subtle, but also very dewy. There's a lot of elements here. All right, and like I said, I don't have any unfavorites, but I do have another favorite that is non-makeup related. Mad Men started and I am loving it. It is so good, but it's also so sad because it's the last season ever, and if you've been watching me for a long time, you know I'm a huge fan. I've been watching Mad Men since the very beginning, and I'm very invested emotionally, mentally, physically, all of it. I just love it so much, and I'm so sad that it's ending. And I think it's like really interesting this season. Go watch it on Netflix, catch up. It's gonna take you a million hours, but it's totally worth it. I love Mad Men. Definitely favorite show at the moment. Favorite show always, but it's actually on right now, so that's always nice. Magical moment of April. I don't know. I'm kind of torn between moving into my new place because I'm actually really liking it, and I did something kind of cool. I went to Austin and it was the whole like Moon Tower Comedy Festival, and I only went to see Maron, but it was very cool. I know I've talked about his podcast being one of my favorites, and I've been a fan for a while, I guess since like fall of last year, and I finally got to see him do stand-up live, and it was pretty cool and magical and stuff like that. If you had a magical moment in April, I bet you did. Think hard. Share it with me down below. I love hearing about that stuff. You can also just leave me comments or ask me questions or whatever also down below. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, or Google+. All those links will be in the description. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and if you have already, thank you so much. I love you guys and you are my people, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye everyone! Kind of lifeless. Whatever, I bought it. Did something kind of cool. I don't know why I'm talking about this right now. That's another story. I don't even remember what I said. This can be a two-way thing. I like it that way. And I think this is my favorite drugstore BB cream. I don't use it a ton, just like in place of foundation, but I think it's my favorite just because it's not as like dewy. It's more of a matte finish, and it kind of like dries down much more quickly than